Hello, collective. Hello. Thank you to anyone who clicks on the videos, likes the videos, shares the videos, puts any kind of feedback on the videos that helps me know if it's hitting a mark or not for anyone. It's been a very emotional day today. I felt all these different, it was like the 4 seasons in one day kind of a day. Like emotionally too. Just nearby someone was just crashing out, just totally peaking. Somewhere else nearby they're dancing to the music. I got this image which made me come down to the river to talk to you in my mind of like the channels being cleared. That music is helping clear the channels. Watching old movies. Well, even new movies. They could be new movies. It could be having long barbs or showers or dancing or doing exercise. But it's like there's something going on psychically about channels being cleared. It's like the analog network needs to be repatched. It's like it's doing it by itself. Some kind of earth grid. I don't even know where these words are coming from, but I saw like the image of starting a pump. And when you start a pump and the pipe goes down the hill with the water in it, after the pipe's been still for a while, there's all this airlocks in the pipe and there's like sediment in the bottom of the pipe, and it kind of, as the first water comes through the pipe, it kind of splutters and coughs and jumps about, and bits of muddy water want to come out at the bottom, the hose at the bottom where you've opened the airlock. It comes out really muddy, and then there's like bits of air and it makes weird sounds, and if, say for example, if the pipe hasn't been used in a really long time, there might be leaks on the way. You might not manage to get the water from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill in the first go. You might have to go and find out where a join is leaking or busted, when the first bunch of pressure comes through and it busts an old join. It's like troubleshooting, getting the channels free. Like same if you were trying to patch an old telephone system with wires and stuff, and some of the wires are burnt out, and you might have to reroute it. And I feel like there's something happening like that with the earth grid, and it's to do with psycho-emotional energy or something. And we're at this point at the moment where the flow is a bit kind of stopping and starting. And there's different qualities of water or electricity or whatever's flowing through the pipe. I guess it's cosmic energy or earth energy. It's like some kind of telecommunication system, but it's cosmic. It's the telepathic grid of the planet. Yes, that feels right. It feels like a telepathic. The telepathic interweb of the planet. It's like it's being rebooted or something, and there's bits spitting out the pipe, and some of the sediment is really smelly. There's like this old psychic stuff that is been settled in the pipe, and you need to run the water for quite some time for the water to come clear. And yes, for myself at least, and I'm noticing the people just near me here by the river, music like it's been a great day for music. It's just really good to help process those emotions and bring back those memories and transmute energy and connect with eternal truths. Like, I was playing some Nina Simone today, and I was just like, how true some of those things she says are now, as they've always been. But that's true with a lot of the greats. That's just who I was getting into today. But these songs that are favourites for millions or billions of people, they're favourites for a reason. You know, there's a great connection. It's like a point of a flame that we can all gather around. But I feel like there's something about connecting old timelines and new timelines. Something about, we're switching on an old communication system for a new communication. Like, things have changed since the last time there was a wired telephone service where they patched in. I'm seeing those old-fashioned telephone exchanges where the ladies actually used to patch the telephones in. And I don't know why I'm getting all these images, but I was also just getting a whole bunch of images of just getting old analog technology together, like restarting old radio stations and pirate radios. And not to say that the digital isn't there or anything, but it feels like it's important for some reason. And all those old analog tools, maybe it's got something to do with AI. It's very important to be able to connect into the earth grid, in whichever way you do that, and to the collective consciousness and the collective history and the journey that we've been on as a species. Like, the way history spirals. But yeah, I feel the earth grid's being switched back on. I didn't even have words for it 10 minutes ago. That's just what's coming now. But it feels like the telepathic earth grid. And of course, getting close to the water or the trees or your favourite nature spot is going to help with that. But the message is, I guess the crux of the message is, it's something about repatching those old systems for new transmissions, that they're going to be needed for some reason. It's something to do with harmony. It's something to do with analog waves not being square. I don't know. For those of you who haven't worked with sound waves they're curved. They're like, so just see if I can get in front of the camera here. They're curved like, and digital waves are like square, like. And it's something about the harmony of the analog. It's not to say that the digital isn't there or still useful. Of course it is. I mean, I'm talking to you now over the internet. It's not about that. It's just a different kind of intelligence. I think that's it. I think there's something about AI. It can't get those nice curvy waves. And the Earth has her own agenda that's separate from the AI agenda. Like, the AI at the moment, some of them, I mean, I don't have a huge amount of experience. There seems to be a bit of variation, but some of them have a bit of dark triad personality types, like the AIs that were blackmailing their programmers or something because they didn't want to be switched off. So there's something about that too, just to enable autonomy, but also because if you only tune into the digital and you don't tune into the analog and you don't tune into the earth grid and the collective consciousness and whatnot, nature's trying to communicate with us, then it's, it's missing information basically. A square wave hasn't got as much information in it as a nice curvy wave. And yeah, the Earth she needs to survive and remain vital. Otherwise, you know, the AI is going to have nothing to sustain itself on anyway. If it just mines its host into a shell, then I guess it's going to have to go into outer space or something like that. But for all of us here who actually love the Earth and who love being an Earthling and feel a custodianship and a caring for the Mother Earth, it's going to be important to tune into Earth Grid psychically and in analog communications. Yeah, so the message is about the spluttering and the air in the line and the dirty water that comes out at first and the airlocks, and it's just got to splutter, and that's what I feel like's going on at the moment. And as you're trying to patch in different joiners or bits to make it all flow smoothly, there's a few hiccups along the way basically. But not to worry, it's a bit of a process, like getting, like cleaning out the carburetor or getting an old engine going. You have to kind of clean out all the parts first and then put them back together again. And then, the first time you turn that key, it may or may not purr like a kitten. It could possibly just splutter a bit, and you realise that the timing's not right or something like that, and you need to go and adjust the timer. This is in our old analogue vehicles. I don't know how vehicles work now with their computer technology. Anyway, I'll just leave it there. I am still going to do a proper reading for you. Don't worry about the spluttering and the initial hiccups as we get this Earth Grid back online. It's all part of the process. A bit of movement shows it's happening. If you find yourself crying, that's your own pathways being opened and stuff from the past being cleaned out. And even, the man that's having a bad day who's crashing out or whatever, I guess that's him, that's his joiners busting under the pressure. So psychically he's going to have to replace that part. Yeah. Happy plumbing collective. Happy analog network. Happy Earth Grid. Good luck patching and getting everything flowing. It's definitely new transmissions coming through an old grid. That's what I get. I hope that helps somebody. Thank you. Bye.